This is ABC15 Mornings.
Returning to homes left in ruins.
Oh, desolation.
I won't put this on nobody. It's the worst feeling ever. You feel hopeless.
Families waking up in evacuation shelters again today as crews continue to fight two out-of-control wildfires east of the valley.
Has the pandemic changed the way you want to work?
Having that flexibility to work where you want to work.
A new option offering a mix of doing your job at home and back in the office.
A mother-daughter trip to Hawaii ruined by COVID confusion.
They said, no, you can't come in. You have the wrong test.
The pair even threatened with arrest. So what went wrong? And what do you need to know before you book your next vacation?
But that Phoenix crowd right there, it's special to watch. I'm going to go out. If other teams that play against them don't find a way to get their fans in their arenas, and they ain't like that, you ain't beating Phoenix.
It's game day in the Valley, and we are ready for another night of cheering on our Phoenix Suns.
Stephen A. Smith, he knows, right? It's great to hear that. What a compliment. Hey, good morning to you. Thank you for starting your Wednesday with us, your Sun's Day with us, since it's game day. Kaylee O'Kelly here in studio, Nick Saletti in the newsroom.
Hey, I love Stephen A. Smith, and you know, he's not going to give a compliment unless he really means it.
Truth.
So you know he really supports the Phoenix Suns fans.
Yes.
Especially this morning. Can't wait for game 2 tonight against Denver. Let's talk about that most accurate forecast, though. Before we get to that, meteorologist Jorge Torres joining us right now. He's in for Iris today. Beautiful morning so far, Jorge.
Yeah, fantastic out there. Enjoy it for now because, as you know, in a few hours, we'll be in excess of 100 degrees. Although yesterday was a nice cooler day with highs in the upper 90s. Right now, though, it is 77 at Sky Harbor under partly cloudy skies, and those skies will remain partly cloudy throughout the day. Winds currently light from the east at 7. If you want to enjoy either iced cup of coffee or a hot one, either way, it's looking okay this morning to enjoy it on the patio. Temperatures staying in the 70s through at least 7 and eventually in the 80s. Now, currently across Arizona, temperatures in the 70s and 80s to the south and west, with 40s and 50s and 60s up to the north. And we are expecting those temperatures to heat up quite a bit over the next few hours. Fire danger does persist across the state, too. And we'll talk more about those first 110-degree days, which are in sight. I'll have that more in a few minutes, but first, here's a check of traffic with Megan Thompson. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning, Jorge. We have a traffic alert to tell you about. A live look from one of our ADOT cameras. You see right here where I'm pointing on your screen, it looks like either a motorcycle is on fire or a vehicle involved is on fire. And I apologize for the pixelated camera. We don't control these. However, you're seeing that smoke in the area and obviously some delays because of that. This is on the Loop 101 southbound near Thomas and McDowell. So as we take a look at the maps, you can see all of that slowing, building up back behind Thomas, a little bit closer to Indian School. You're dropping speeds to about 25 miles per hour. You're going to want to stay to the right for this one. We don't know how long that area is going to be impacted, as that's just popped up in the last few minutes. Also continuing to cause delays is this stalled vehicle at the I-10 eastbound. It looks like it's actually a crash, and then those vehicles were off to the left. You see all that red slowing back to the 101. Your speed's dropping to about 20 miles per hour. It's going to take you an hour for those drive times from the 303 on the I-10 eastbound to the mini stack. We'll have a lot to talk about on those roadways. I'll give you a check at those desert drive times coming up later on. Kaylee.
Yeah, that is a busy morning ride, Megan. Thank you for taking care of it for us. It's 6:03, and now we want to bring you the latest on these massive and destructive wildfires raging east of the valley. The Telegraph and Mescal fires burning more than 130,000 acres east of Globe, but we are seeing our first signs of progress. How about that? The Telegraph fire is now 18% contained. The flames, though, are still threatening homes, moving closer to Globe. Now, our Jamie Warren is live this morning with more.
Kaylee, we are in Globe this morning, and just south of us over those mountains where you'll see that large gray plume of smoke coming on over, that is the Telegraph fire. Now, we know that there are 1,300 fire personnel working together to fight both the Telegraph and the Mescal fires. And they're not only fighting against the flames, but also the rugged terrain and weather conditions. This morning, we are getting a closer look at some of the damage.
Well, there's our little wagon.
State House Speaker Rusty Bowers sharing this devastating video. His family home near Miami completely gutted by the telegraph fire. Bricks, debris, and ash are all that's left behind. Now, those are just some of the heartbreaking stories that we've been hearing about. More families who've evacuated to shelters are telling us that they're worried about what they'll find when they return home.
I wouldn't put this on nobody. It's the worst feeling ever. You feel hopeless.
We packed through everything in kitchen bags or trash bags, everything. And whatever we find, pictures, jewelry, this, that, just very scary.
The telegraph fire is threatening communities like Top of the World, Superior, Miami, and now it is approaching Globe, where we are. Officials say the human-caused fire is now 18% contained. The Mescal fire is burning just southeast of Globe, destroying 65,825 acres of land. Evacuation orders have been lifted for all communities except East El Capitan. Fire officials say it is 23% contained this morning. But homes aren't the only thing getting in the way of this fire. Coming up in our next half hour, we are taking a closer look at one of Arizona's oldest institutions that got very close to some of that damage. We'll have more on that for you coming up in our next half hour. Kaylee?
All right, Jamie, thank you for that live report. And you'll want to stay with ABC 15 on air, online, and on our ABC 15 app for the latest on these wildfires, the evacuation orders, the road closures, and updates as they become available.
Happening this morning, Chad Daybell is due in court in Idaho. He's facing murder charges in connection to the deaths of his ex-wife and the children of his current wife, Lori Daybell. Today marks 1 year since the remains of JJ and Tylee were found on Daybell's property. Meantime, an Idaho prosecutor is withdrawing his objection to a judge's decision that Lori Daybell isn't competent to stand trial. That means the cases against the former Valley mom are indefinitely postponed. A recent evaluation found Lori was incompetent to proceed with this trial. She's also facing murder charges in connection to the deaths of her children.
Today, President Biden is heading to the UK to meet with British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, and this is all ahead of the G7 summit. World leaders are set to meet Friday for the first face-to-face summit in almost 2 years. On the agenda, dealing with the pandemic and its economic impact, vaccine sharing, global corporate taxation, and the education of women in developing nations.
Time now 6:07 as people return to the workplace. Some may not be ready to give up working from home completely. Now there's a hybrid solution called co-working spaces. Carla Navarrete live at one of these spaces this morning. Okay, so Carla, sounds interesting. How does it work though?
Oh, it's very, very cool. So flexibility is the key in all of this, Nick. I can tell you that people, individuals, or small companies can rent from 1 day, 2 days, a week, a month. Flexibility, and the ball is in your court as the person who is renting from these places. Now, you can see in the video here, these spaces are available throughout the city, but focus primarily in areas like downtown Phoenix and Tempe. Now, right before the pandemic hit, there were 30 companies valley-wide that provided this type of communal working solution. And the office space rentals are seeing some growth right now, especially as employers who may have downsized during the pandemic are now welcoming employees back to the office. But I can tell you the office is looking a lot different in 2021.
I can see folks wanting to work maybe 1 or 2 days from home. Maybe they'll come back and work 5 days from home. But again, having that flexibility to work where you want to work, which location you'd like to go to, and have that space already taken care of for you. We really have the turnkey solution, which is something that right now, especially as folks, we have a lot of employers coming to us scrambling a little bit, trying to figure out how they can have their employees come back and how they can do it quickly, and they can do it also safely.
Okay, so that was the representative from the company called WeWorks. There are, as I mentioned earlier, 30 other companies in the valley that provide this service. Now, coming up in the next half hour, I'm going to talk to a Phoenix Business Journal reporter who's been digging deeper into this, and we're going to talk about the prices and how much it costs to rent these working spaces. For now, reporting live in Tempe, I'm Carla Navarrete, ABC 15 Arizona.
All right, great information. Good to know that there are all kinds of options out there, Carla. Thank you. Okay, Arizona, it is time to get loud for our Phoenix Suns. Game 2 happens tonight, downtown Phoenix against the Denver Nuggets. The team is hoping for another packed and high-energy crowd to help keep this winning streak alive. Let's bring in ABC 15 sports anchor Colin Harmon.
Good morning and happy game day. 5 wins down, 11 more to go for an NBA title. And tonight it's all about keeping control of home court, which we have seen is a massive advantage for the Phoenix Suns. The Nuggets wilted under the noise in game 1, and I would expect a big bounce back game from Nikola Jokic, who was named league MVP yesterday afternoon. Now, DeAndre Ayton and company held him at bay and off the free throw line entirely, but he's the MVP for a reason, and he's got a lot to prove. Now, Torrey Craig provided the knockout blow with his emphatic alley-oop, but the former Nugget knows what his old team will bring in game 2 after their head coach said they had a soft mentality.
We definitely want to bounce back and try to steal a game here to take home court advantage. So, and as a team, we have to know that it could be a dogfight. 2 teams competing hard. Like I said, they're going to come out more physical, more aggressive. We just have to match it and excel and play the same way we've been playing and take it up a notch.
Now, the Suns didn't play their best in game 1, especially defensively, and that's what they credit for the turnaround in that game. And I think they'll be a little more dialed in on that end tonight. The big question, though, how are the Nuggets going to slow down this Suns offense that flex just how many weapons they have? Nuggets starting guard Will Barton has a chance to return to the lineup tonight, but the Suns are playing with so much confidence right now. I don't know that it'll matter all that much. Now, Monty Williams asked that the crowd bring the juice again tonight after an incredible atmosphere Monday nights. I've got no doubts that they will. Hey, it's an earlier tip, 6:30 in downtown Phoenix. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Bring the juice. Now I got Lizzo in my head. Thanks, Colin. Hey, told to stay in their hotel rooms or get arrested. The Let You Know team working to make things right for a Valley family whose vacation was upended when they got the wrong COVID test.
ABC 15 Desert Drive Time, sponsored by Accident Law Group.
Coming up on 6:15 now on a Wednesday morning, and definitely a lot of issues to tell you about on your roadways. I wanted to show you the 101. That's where we continue to see some issues from what appears to be a motorcycle crash, and then the motorcycle caught fire. That's off to the left. Traffic is being diverted mostly off to the right, but it's definitely causing some delays in the area near McDowell and Thomas. So keep that in mind if you travel on the 101. Now, as we zoom out to show you some of those desert drive times, we have had some clearing of some crashes on the I-10 that were causing a lot of delays, but we're still seeing slowing. So on I-10 eastbound from the 101 to the mini stack, you're still traveling just about 20 miles per hour. The US 60 Grand Avenue is still closed at Bethany Home Road in both directions due to a serious crash. The East Valley looking pretty good at this point of the morning. No issues to tell you about, but we continue to track wildfire closures on the US 60, on State Route 77, State Route 177, and also we're keeping tabs on the US 70 and also that detour. Passenger vehicles can use Route 170 to get around that one. A lot of issues because of those wildfire concerns. Jorge, I know you're tracking that in that most accurate forecast.
Exactly, Megan. Good morning, everyone. Still monitoring the wildfire concerns east of the valley, specifically in portions of far eastern Pinal County, but mainly in Gila County, around Globe and Superior, and out by southwest of the San Carlos Reservation, the Mezcal fire. And you can see those red dots. That indicates the most recent burned areas as a result of this fire. And it's starting to burn farther south from Globe, which is some good news. Of course, Jamie Warren is live from Globe. We'll have details on these fires coming up in our next half hour. But that's how it looks outside right now, east of the valley. Now, as far as the fire weather forecast throughout the day, it's still going to be prime for these fires to continue to develop and spread. Temperatures will climb into the 90s in portions of Gila County. Humidity will be 10% or less. The winds will pick up in the afternoon too, gusting around 20 to 25 miles per hour. And we do have a red flag warning in northwestern Arizona, including all of Mojave County, because of those ingredients for fire dangerous. So outdoor burning across Arizona, highly discouraged once again this afternoon. In the valley, though, wind should remain light with gusts up to about 20 miles an hour at times later today. In northern Arizona, a gust up to 30, so breezes are still in the forecast. Right now, temperatures are in the 60s and 70s throughout much of the valley, including Apache Junction at 66. In the far west valley, 73 in Buckeye and in Goodyear, too. Highs there reaching 102 this afternoon, 103 in Tempe and Ahwatukee, along with Mesa. That's right where we should be for this time of year. Highs around 103. Yesterday we were at 99. That will not be the case today, and that will not be the case for the next several days. More on that in a moment. Starting off with temperatures in the 80s in the morning, mid-90s at noon, and those highs again reaching 103 by 4 this afternoon. This will be the hot spot in Arizona. Well, that and also Casa Grande at 103. Now Gila Bend calling for a high of 104. 85 in Prescott, 92 in Sedona, 100s out to the west with 70s and 80s up to the north. So here's that 7-day forecast. 103 this afternoon. A little cooler, if you will, tomorrow with a high of 102. But look at the forecast for the rest of the week. 105 on Friday, 109 on Saturday. Excessive heat watches now in effect from Sunday through Wednesday of next week. That's because of those temperatures surpassing 110 for the first time this year. Again, our average first 110-degree day occurs on June 11th, so it'll be a couple of days behind schedule, but it's going to make its presence known for sure. Notice how those lows will be warm too in the low to mid 80s, but today, a seasonal day here in the valley. First Sun's Day with a high of 103 and lows in the mid 70s.
A seasonal 103. That's a great way to look at it, Jorge. Thank you. Less than a week left of our annual water drive. ABC15 and the CW61 Arizona teaming up with Bashas, Food City, and St. Vincent de Paul. You can donate water through June 14th, which is Monday, or give money. For all the details, just head to abc15.com/water. Soon, Hawaii will lift some of its quarantine and COVID testing requirements for travelers, but it's too late for one Valley family who turned to our Let You Know team after they were locked in their hotel room despite being vaccinated and having negative tests.
It was a mother and daughter trip to Hawaii for some very special reasons.
To celebrate Mother's Day and to celebrate my husband's birthday, who passed away 7 weeks ago.
Martha LaBeach just lost her husband. Her daughter Becky thought a stay on Waikiki Beach would be a good thing for both of them.
But okay, I'll go. It should be nice.
While many states have lifted COVID travel restrictions, Hawaii still demands at this time a 10-day quarantine period unless you have a negative COVID test taken 72 hours from departure. The LaBeaches say they got their tests at CVS, which is on Hawaii's approved list, telling them they needed it for Hawaii travel in April. Both tests were negative, but when they arrived in Honolulu,
they said, no, you can't come in. You have the wrong test.
Martha says despite arguing the validity of their test, asking to take another test, even showing they were fully vaccinated, officials were having none of it.
After 2 hours, security came and escorted us out of the place.
She says when they arrived at their hotel,
they said, we'll be quarantining you for 10 days. We said, we lock you in a room and you can't come out.
They could be arrested if they left.
When I did open the door, when the security came, he's standing there as close as could be, like if I was going to try to run.
From their room, they called the governor and anyone who may listen, finally calling Hawaiian Airlines and taking an expensive trip back to Phoenix the next morning.
I felt like a criminal. I absolutely felt like a criminal. I felt like the whole world was closing in on me.
A spokesperson for the state of Hawaii says they're sorry about the LaBeaches' experience. They say it's clear only nucleic acid amplification tests, NAAT, are accepted. Antigen tests are not accepted, and the uploaded results show the LaBeaches were antigen tests. They say the requirements are to reduce health risks of travel. The LaBeaches wonder why they weren't told of issues earlier, why they were able even to get on the plane.
They didn't say anything was wrong. So we assumed we had everything right.
Once home, Martha says she called CVS, telling them she specifically asked for a test for Hawaii travel.
They said, well, that's not their problem. They gave us the test.
Yeah.
I said, it's got to be somebody's problem.
CVS tells us they are aware of the requirements traveling to Hawaii, but they didn't talk about what happened with the LaBeaches. Instead, saying travelers need to ensure they are selecting the proper test as required. Hawaiian Airlines say they refunded $600 to the beaches for their inconvenience. They also say they have a program that can pre-clear you while you're here. Wherever you decide to travel, make sure you know the restrictions, and if it's a test, take the name of the test with you to the tester. These restrictions are always changing. Go to abc15.com/letjoeknow for the latest on Hawaiian travel. I'm investigator Joe Ducey. If you got a problem, let me know.
All right, Joe, that is heartbreaking. Thank you for that report. So do you feel like maybe you beat yourself up too much anytime just the littlest thing goes wrong in life? Posted on our bulletin board this morning how the happiest people in the world break the habit of negative thinking and how you can too.
Oh, I like this. Plus, we are counting down to tip-off. It is Suns Day, and we're live at Phoenix Suns Arena ahead of tonight's big playoff game against Denver.
.625, question for you. Why do we obsess about a single mistake instead of reminding ourselves of all the good things that happen? Happy people do this, and we are sharing some of their secrets today with you. It's today's bulletin board. The world's happiest people will tell you they had to change the way they talk to themselves. That inner voice, you know, it can crush you. Our brains, they record every mistake, every self-critical word, and then we make it worse, playing the negative thoughts in our minds over and over and over again, and it becomes a habit. But we can break this. Try this. For every bad thought that comes, take a deep breath and replace it with a good memory. Maybe it's a moment of personal success or real connection with somebody you love. And remember this, we wouldn't attack the people we love with negative thoughts that we have about ourselves, so stop doing it to yourself. Negative thoughts cannot exist in an atmosphere where healthy self-love shines bright. And that is today's bulletin board.
That's awesome. I had a therapist once say, if you imagine something happening, it happens to you 1,000 times.
Yes.
When it might just happen once or not at all.
Law of attraction.
I like that. Absolutely. Hey, bringing art to our public transportation, Rising Youth Theater is inviting creators in the community to help them with this year's light rail plays. You can share your story about the light rail, public transportation, on the idea of moving forward in another way. You can write out a story, leave a voicemail, or join their virtual story circle on Saturday. Head to thelightrailplays.com for more information. I love this. Well, the God of Mischief is taking over Disney Plus. The first episode of the new series, Loki, hitting the streaming service overnight.
And the show brings back Tom Hiddleston as the mischievous Marvel villain. New episodes will drop every Wednesday.
Next at 6:30, is it possible to train yourself to get used to this triple-digit heat? We're talking with some health experts who work with professional athletes, and they've got some tips for building up your sun stamina.
And I'm Jamie Warren, live from Globe this morning, where the telegraph fire is causing a smoky haze over the neighborhood here. We have the latest on the conditions as this community is now on standby.